Did you know that with just cardboard boxes and egg cartons, you can create a variety of useful and decorative items for your home or workspace? From chairs and tables to chandeliers, mirrors, sculptures, and all kinds of wall art. Basically almost anything you want. But first, we need to transfer these seemingly worthless materials into a moldable and strong substance. This clay is easily shapeable, doesn't require clean to dry because it's air dry. And when it dries, it becomes very light and strong. Kind of like wood, but different because no tree was cut down for it, and can't be waterproof with various materials, so it can be used both indoors and outdoors. Let me tell you how to make this amazing clay. What do we need? Cardboard, egg carton, wood glue or PVA glue or white glue or any water-based glue. Joint compound powder, it may also be known by this name: drywall mud powder, fill powder, spackle powder, or putty powder. Water and salt. Remember, never use gypsum because it caused the clay to crack and become heavy. Today I'll tell you exactly how the clay is made and what the proportion of these materials are. So stay with me until the end of the video. Hello everyone, welcome back to Nivay Studio. I'm Avin, and in this playlist, I'll teach you how to make paper mache clay from recycled material, which is the main material of the handmade item I showcase on my channel. If you haven't watched the previous video, be sure to check it out. The link is in the description. But first, watch this important video until the end because I'll teach you exactly how to make a high quality clay with precise amounts of material without needing a special tool, just the simplest thing. Today's tutorials have two parts. One, making clay with cardboard, and two, making clay with egg carton. These two methods are very similar but have some differences. If you want to make an excellent clay, you need to pay attention to some important points I'll share with you today. Let's get started. Part 1. Making paper mache clay with cardboard. First, gather the cardboard you have. Separate the parts with the glue that prevents water from reaching them. It's also better to remove any oily or dirty parts. Tear the cardboard into small pieces and place them inside a container like this. Fill the container with water, ensuring that all the cardboard is submerged. To tear the cardboard, you must use a tool, as it's compact and won't tear or crash by just getting wet. Some people use blenders or electric meat grinder, but I prefer not to bring kitchen tools into my studio. I use a drill with a mixer drill attachment, which is cheaper and can chop a large amount of cardboard in less time. The container you use should be tall enough so that the mixer drill attachment is completely submerged in water, and it must have a lid to prevent splashing during mixing. Otherwise, you'll spend the rest of the day cleaning. After chopping the cardboard, we need to achieve this kind of texture. Now add some salt and let it sit in water for 1 or 2 hours. Drain the water from the cardboard using a strainer. You can also use a cloth bag. In a short video on my channel, I drained it with a cloth bag. You can see it on my channel. I made a large batch of clay. The water remaining in the cardboard should be such that when you squeeze it, no water leaks out, but it still remains slightly moist. It should not be completely dry. To give you an idea of the approximate proportions of materials to combine, the best ratio I work with is for every 3 parts of soaked and chopped cardboard, 1 part joint compound powder and 1 part wood glue or any kind of glue you use. You can also add these amounts approximately by eye. Paper mache clay is not very fussy, and these amounts don't have to be very exact or measured precisely. But one important thing you must follow is first add the joint compound powder and knead the mixture well. The moisture in the cardboard combined with the joint compound powder, making it dough-like. Once it's reached this state, add the wood glue and knead well until it looks like this. You can start creating whatever you want with the clay immediately. If you don't want to use it right away, store the clay inside a plastic bag. Add salt before storing it to prevent mold growth. Put the clay inside a Ziploc plastic bag. Squeeze out the air before closing the bag. Store the clay in a cool, dark place and use it whenever you want. Now you might have a few questions, right? Let me answer some of them. Can I use any kind of cardboard? Yes, but avoid cardboard with a plastic coating. Any cardboard made of paper or uncoated cardboard should work. Remove any plastic or oily part that might prevent water absorption and use the rest. Instead of wood glue, what glue can I use? You can use water-based glue, white glue or PVA glue. Wood glue is the best choice for paper mache clay because unlike other glue that dry and harden quickly, wood glue takes time to dry and allow you to work on your creation with ease. Why do you emphasize joint compound powder so much? What if I don't have it or can't find it? Joint compound powder is a simple and affordable material that helps the clay become softer and more malleable. You can find it in hardware stores, paint shops, or construction material shops. If you don't have it, you can use powder or ready-made putty instead. Remember, never use gypsum because it causes the clay to crack and become heavy. Why did you add the joint compound powder first and then the glue? Why didn't you pour them all in at once and then knead them together? If you add them together, the joint compound powder mixes with the wood glue immediately, preventing proper mixing of glue with the cardboard. Also, since joint compound powder is dry, if mixed directly with wood glue, it clumps up into lumps. Can I escape the joint compound powder? You can, but it's better to keep it since joint compound powder softens the clay and greatly increases its moldability. If you skip it, you'll need to add more glue, which is more expensive and doesn't provide the same properties I mentioned. Can this clay be made with other materials too? Yes, as I mentioned in the previous video, you can also make this amazing clay with waste paper, egg cartons, and tissue paper. Before starting part 2, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel because I share tutorials on how to create various furniture and accessories using this amazing material. Part 2. Making paper mache clay with egg cartons. First, choose egg cartons that don't have plastic labels or waterproof part. Remove any oily, dirty, or egg-stained part. Then tear the cartons into medium-sized pieces. For tearing egg cartons, I use the same drill and metal whisk attachment as with cardboard. The difference is that egg cartons have a softer texture than cardboard, so even without tools, you can crush them by hand after soaking them a bit. After tearing, we need to achieve this texture. After this step, add salt and let it soak in water for 1 or 2 hours. The water remaining in the egg cartons should be such that when you squeeze it, no water leaks out, but it is still slightly moist. It should not be completely dry. After draining the excess water with a strainer or cloth bag, it's ready to be mixed with joint compound powder and glue. For every 4 parts of egg carton, use 1 part joint compound powder and 1 part wood glue. Egg cartons have a softer texture compared to cardboard, so we can use 1 more part of egg carton, resulting in a ratio of 4 parts egg carton to 1 part joint compound powder and 1 part wood glue. This is the best ratio for these materials. It doesn't have to be exact. You can add them approximately by eye. Again, I emphasize that you must first add the joint compound powder and knead well, then add the wood glue and knead well until you achieve this texture. If you want to can store the clay inside a plastic bag for later use, remember to add salt before storing to prevent mold growth. And like the cardboard clay I told you about, put it inside a Ziploc plastic bag. Squeeze out the air before close the bag. Finally, a good clay should not stick to your hand, be soft and easy to shape, not crack when drying, remain strong after drying. Let me answer a few more questions that you might have. How long does it take for the clay to dry? The drying time depends on the thickness of your board and environmental conditions, usually taking 1 to 7 days. Can I dry this clay in an oven or microwave? No, this is an air dry clay and should not be dried with high heat because it can crack, lose its original shape, and potentially get burned. This is dangerous. How can I waterproof this clay? After it dries, you can waterproof the surface using waterproof paint, epoxy resin, a special wax, or a spray sealant. With these two types of clay, you can easily start making the furniture and accessories unique. For the structure, I already shared what materials you can use in my previous video. Make sure to check it out in the description. Remember, in this playlist, you'll also find a tutorial on making clay with waste paper and tissue paper. So definitely check them out to find the best clay option for you. If you enjoyed this tutorial, subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. This is Nivay Studio and I'm saying goodbye from here. Stay creative and stay green. Until the next video.